Today, I'm heading down to the Vancouver Police Museum. Pretty crazy place. You can even go to jail and not really go to jail. So, maybe that's fun to some people. Maybe some people like real jail. I don't know. But anyways, we got our new nifty neon flashy red lights. And I added the new neon lights here on the bottom of the bike also. They're 5 times stronger than your normal neon red lights. And I put in an off switch. We'll teach you later how to do that to your bike, but first, check out the Vancouver Police Museum. A trippy ride through police history. Okay, sitting outside the Vancouver Police Museum. It's a very different thing to sort of visit and see. I'm gonna take you inside and we'll check it out. Okay, so inside the Vancouver Police Museum and Archives is a massive collection of guns that were seized and used as weapons from the police department, as well as like handmade weapons out of like everything from like knives to steel to baseball bats with like nails. Everything's here. It's pretty cool stuff actually. And then there's a whole section where it teaches you about how fingerprints were first used for crime and how insects and larvae and flies were first used in crime. And then there's a whole 2 rooms that are entirely set up like it's a coroner's office is what it looks like. And they actually have like real human skulls with like bullet hole wounds in them and real axes that were used in crimes and everything. So those 2 rooms are the most interesting. And they have a little room where you can pretend you go to prison for the day, which is kind of interesting. And I had some fun with that room. But yeah, so, and then they have some retired motorcycles that were also used by the Vancouver Police Department. So yeah, they were all here, as well as a lot of like interesting history about like organized crime. And yeah, just a lot of very interesting things. Like if you're into like Forensic First and all those forensic sort of TV shows, I think this is a place that would be great for you to come to. The only thing is, I thought for the admission price, I mean, there's 2 rooms that are closed right now, so I don't know what's in those 2 rooms. But due to COVID, they have 2 rooms that are closed. So yeah, other than that, I found the pricing a little higher than what would be expected to pay to go into something like this. But yeah, it's still under $30, but just under. So yeah, but anyways, other than that, everything's pretty cool and pretty interesting stuff. So head on down and check out the Vancouver Police Museum. You're seeing a lot of really cool, interesting archives and stuff, and old police awards and medals of honor, as well as a whole section of police officers who died in the line of duty. And then a whole section that's all about the Stanley Cup riots and how the police handled that situation and everything else. So, as well as the first drunkometer, which was the first thing that tested people if you were drinking and driving, as well as the first lie detectors that were used by the Vancouver Police Department. So remember to like and subscribe videos. We're on Twitter at 69EasyRider69 and Instagram at 69EasyRider Productions, as well as YouTube at 69EasyRider Productions. Remember to keep on rocking like a rock star and rocking in a free world, and hang loose because it's always a day to party. Okay, so there's one section in this Vancouver Police Museum and Archives that's extremely interesting. It sort of states that from like 1975 to like 1982, Vancouver was like one of the premier pornography hubs in like all of North America. And a lot of independent pornography was like literally being filmed here. I'm about 99% sure that there's still a lot of independent pornography filmed in Vancouver because it's just one of those cities, people. And they say all of this started because of the massive amounts of like nude beaches and the openness of like all the gay pride festivals and stuff that were all created within Vancouver that created this industry. As well as there's a whole section that's very, very interesting that deals with like creating fake IDs and how identity theft is a crime that like affects people for the rest of their lives, which is 100% true. And yeah, like very interesting how they talk about how motorcycles were first being used by the police department and everything. And yeah, just a very interesting museum. It's not for everyone, but if you think anything in this video is interesting, then you gotta come down and check this out. I'm inside the police museum in Vancouver, and I'm all locked up.